Good morning, guys. Back out here. It's on the weekend, and since it's the weekend, we're gonna work on Series Gray. So as you guys have known, this thing has been sitting in the background. We pulled the entire drivetrain out of this thing. That means motor, tranny, drive shaft, rear diff, axles, you name it. Even the freaking fender liner out of here. Like, everything is out of this thing. It's been sitting in the background, collecting dust. And that was all because we wanted to go racing in Hyper Blue. So Hyper Blue's been sitting back in the garage, and this thing's been just sitting outside. So since this thing sits outside all the time, I'd rather it's able to be driven, because then we can take and wash it and drive it, and you know, the brakes don't get all rusty like that. Whereas that thing can sit in the garage, so it doesn't really matter to me, guys. I never drive that thing anyways. We just race it, that's it. Obviously we have VA here, and I want to clean up this garage this morning because we've been working away, getting a bunch of stuff done. So now it's finally time to resurrect Series Gray and make it run. So as you guys know, we put this transmission into VA, and thank goodness we didn't frickin' break that thing in a million pieces. She's right there. So we're gonna get that thing thrown back into Series Gray today. We have an all brand new motor that's gonna be going in Series Gray, because I am making the attempt at having different parts. You know, this car has its own parts, that car has its own parts, and that car has its own parts. So you guys have known, if you've been around the channel for, you know, the year and a half, I think we've been doing it now, that I use all the parts that we have because we own them and we can put them on any car we want. Some of you don't like that, but we do that, and I do switch the parts around. So I'm making the attempt here to have the own parts for each car. So if that being said, this car has its own rotated kit now. We went ahead and got a new turbo for this thing, so I'm going to be showing you guys that. We built a brand new engine for this thing too, and I'm excited to kind of just try something different with this car. And it was going to go back to being stock for now, because like I said, we're trying to have our own parts. That would be easy, just to buy a full complete lawn block like we did for Marco's car in the background. But in the end, I figured I might as well just build a motor for this thing. So we built a stage 3 motor for this. I will be showing you guys that here a bit later on. But I'm not going to talk your guys' ear off too much. I'm going to just start getting this thing up in the air. Start cleaning up the garage here. And it looks like we have the wife, and she's going to be helping today put her car back together, because she finally has some time off to do it. So we're going to get this thing together, guys. So wife's just pulling up. What did you get?
I got you a coffee so you work on my car.
Oh.
Give you some energy.
There's a headache in a cup, guys.
It's not a headache.
Nope. All right. Well, now I guess I got coffee, so that means I have to work.
What's leaking?
That's her crying that she doesn't have anything in it.
Yeah, there's nothing to leak.
No, not at all. It rained last night, so that was nice. It's a little bit cooler out today. Hopefully it stays that way. So you guys can tell I got a nice clear view here for Hyper Blue. We're going to be moving that thing out and moving this thing over, because like I told you, we're not trying to share parts anymore. But right now we're sharing parts. So I need to pull the rear diff out of this thing. I need to pull the front axles out of it. I need to pull this fender liner out of here and give those back to Gray. And then I will end up having to buy another transmission, rear diff, drive shaft, axles. Pretty much everything for this car. So one day I'll get to have a running and driving Hyper Blue that doesn't need every other car's part here. So you gonna get to work yet?
I need gloves.
All right, I gotta get this thing off these jack stands, move this thing, roll this thing out. Not motivated today, guys. There's just
Well, I brought you coffee.
there's so much little things to do, and I don't want to do it. I'm gonna go on eBay right now.
Get the power of.
I'm gonna order a whole new drivetrain. I'll go super, buy a brand new transmission.
No, you won't.
That would definitely go on Hyper Blue. Not Gray.
That's rude.
Gray can have her tranny back. Her transmission proved herself right now. So, try to get motivated here. Drink some more coffee. All right, we got this thing getting jacked up. Pile 1 is moved. Pile 2.
Oh my god.
She just caught on.
What the nicest car we own?
Huh?
Probably the cheapest car we own.
Oh boy, well this one's a gutted shell, so we know what it is. Frickin' move this one out. Alright. Back down you go. everyone knows I'm kidding anyways. Love hyper blue. Too much call it a pile. Gray though, we know I'll call that thing a pile.
No.
Yep. All right. Push this freaking thing out of here. It's about to be a barn find 101. Dust is gonna fly off this thing.
Are you
Ready? Yeah. Let me take my gloves off. I don't want to get it greasy. All right. Move this thing out of here. Oh boy, there's not that much room. This is always the sketchy part, because push button car. Hey, there's a package in here. What's that? I don't know what that is. I must put that in here and forgot. God, this thing is freaking dusty. All right, I gotta push here. Hopefully I don't salvage title my shit here. She has the right fitment to get in and out of the garage here. Ooh, it's close. I don't know what that noise is. Oh man, coming out. You about ready to pull that e-brake? And if it rains, I'm gonna have a freaking heart attack. All right, now hurry up. I'm barely holding the car. Woo! About ripped the wing off.
Oh my god, you act like it's so...
Thing is so heavy. You know, this thing probably weighs as much as a freaking Hellcat.
You want a Hellcat now?
No, I want a ZL1.
Joshua. That was not there before.
That was there.
No, it wasn't.
You see, that's when we did our 48-hour build, and I drug the motor across the top of the bumper. Yeah. Oof. It's alright, this thing needs a new bumper anyways. I already salvaged titled it over here. That's what happens when they just sit, I swear. Don't have a big enough freaking shop. I need a damn shop. Put this thing in the corner, then it really will never get driven. Guys, this thing, it's got 2,500 miles on it in 4 years. It's not very many. It gets about 100 miles a year now.
Did you already tell them what happened?
No. We don't talk about that right now, guys.
Didn't it run out of the garage?
That's because the transmission's out of it, duh. That's why it didn't pull itself out of the garage.
That makes sense.
Come on, now.
I forgot.
I got a job for you.
What?
Put your intercooler on.
I need the ETS stencil.
Fine, you can pull it off. It's not on here. It's over here.
No, I don't want this one. I want the other one.
You're not getting the other one. It won't work.
Yes, it will.
You
Take
do
the gaskets off of it.
the gaskets, huh? Is that's what's on there? No, guys. This is the original intercooler that was on Hyper Blue. This is the prototype.
You just take these off.
You can't just take these off.
Yeah, you can.
Those are alpha lock, bud.
I want those ones.
You're not getting my intercooler.
I can
I'm putting.
just use the alpha lock
No,
ones.
I'm putting that shit back on my car. You can have your salvage title one. You're the one that ruined this one, anyways.
Not my fault.
I bought this thing brand new for her, guys, and this thing's freaking salvage.
It's because we live
That's
in
not-
Alaska.
Alaska.
That's what it seems like.
This thing's freaking clean now. I don't know what
It
you're
needs the
complaining about.
ETS stencil.
Well, that's all you gotta do. Paint a new ETS stencil on it, guys. So you know, there's term hot boy. We got hot girls in here too,
Oh my god.
because she's being pretty hot boy right now. But I can't call her a boy. All right, you ready to pull this freaking bumper off, or what?
I can do that.
Okay, well that one you just pull on the side, and the whole front of the car falls apart.
Is it? Oh my god.
This one, I think this one's attached. I don't think it has a hood holder.
Really?
Nope.
Oh my god, it's so dirty on the inside.
You're the last one that drove this thing.
The floor is dirty.
Yeah, that's.
Oh my god, the whole thing is so dirty.
Remember, you're cleaning the engine bay. Holy
Oh
shit,
my
this thing is dirty.
God.
Man, what did you do to this thing?
You
Look at that. I did it. I don't even drive it.
Yeah, you do. You drive it the
What?
hard miles.
I don't drive it the hard miles. Look at this thing though. It's freaking
We have to clean it first
This
before
is
doing anything.
filthy. Take care of your shit.
It's an outside performance.
That's not why it's this freaking dirty.
Because someone stole my...
No, it was this dirty when I pulled it apart, guys. Go ahead and revert back to the video, and you can see I was freaking covered to my head and toe in grease.
Can I use purple power?
Yeah, this is not a sponsored video. Well, at least you're cleaning away in here. Get this thing looking good. This is
How
horrible.
do you let it get this dirty?
What do you mean, how did I get it this bad?
You wanna
This
know
is
why?
you. Why?
Because I actually drive it, unlike you.
Whoa.
I don't blow up my cars, and then they actually drive for the whole winter and summer. And this is what happens when you actually drive
That's
your car.
fucked up. When your wife even is attacking you. You know what, bud?
This is what daily looks like.
Daily looks like, okay.
Because
You're missing the strut nut too.
Because of how many times you've bought me a daily and then I haven't worked out, and then I would go back to this one. And so she's always just daily.
She's the rebound,
Yeah,
the fallback plan.
No, it's because she's so great. She's a great rebound.
This thing has, I don't even know how many miles it has on it anymore, guys.
A lot.
It used to have low miles when I had it. Then she freaking salvaged it and put about 80K on it.
Sorry that we live far away. We also live in China.
Well, I think it has like 30,000 miles on this thing. Last motor made it 12,000 miles on this car.
Spray this everywhere.
Yeah, as long as you plan on cleaning that off.
I know, but is there like certain things that I shouldn't spray it on? This is pretty.
Yeah, I figured you probably would like that. I don't even remember putting that on this car.
It's really pretty.
You want all that color fittings?
No.
Huh?
No.
Why?
I want color fittings to match the wheels.
Well, that's gonna be a hard one to match.
Tell Josh to get to work.
Josh, get to work.
TI. Josh, get to work.
Okay, this video is gonna be freaking long as hell, so I'm gonna let her clean this out over here, and then we'll get to work.
You see what I did there? I'll get you to finish it.
Oh, that's some bullshit right there. Look, it's not even clean. You're gonna have to wipe it. Yes, guys, I know we need a new hose thing. And probably a pressure washer would be pretty handy of this, and it actually would clean this right now. But you work with what you got. And this is what we got right now. Because I don't ever really wash the cars here. When I do, old-fashioned ways. Alright, well you're pretty much SOL on that one. You're going to have to wipe that off. That is a bad towel to wipe with. You should probably get a new one.
There is no more.
They're downstairs.
That's too far.
Oh, shit.
Joshua. Should I use this?
No, because there's a bunch of oil and stuff on it. Wife's working hard away in here.
This is really dirty.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're not wearing gloves. What the heck, dude?
I didn't think it was going to be this dirty.
Well, I mean, at least that's looking a whole lot better than what it was. She's working away in there. I got the back of the car up. I figured this is easier for her because the front's down. I gotta have the car up anyways. Got Hyper Blue out here. It's up in the air. Like I told you guys, I'm gonna be pulling out this fender liner in here. So this is Gray's original fender liner. I'm gonna end up having to buy a new one for this car when we put it back together, because this car obviously had that fender exit exhaust on it before. This is its actual original fender that I've told you guys we've had before that I put on here again. And then the one that was on here went on VA, and we changed the color. It got paint matched to the car. I'm just that way. I didn't want to cut with my original fender. So that way if we ever plan changed and went back, like so, we can put it back on. So I'm going to be pulling this thing out of here today. I need to pull these axles out too. These are just stock front axles. And then it has the DSS 800 rears in here. And then this one just has stock axles all the way around. So I don't have two sets of 800 rears. They want $1 million for them now. So I probably should have bought them back in the day. But we're going to get these things pulled out. I'm going to get those tossed in. These cars, like I said, shared a lot of parts. We're just going to kind of stop doing that now. So eventually this thing will go back together. I don't know when. I'm not going to make any promises to you guys when it is. We have other things that I'm more focused on right now, as you guys already know. And that's one of those being a shop. So I'm going to get to work on this. We're going to turn some music on, knock this out, and I'll update you guys when we get a little bit further on. Damn, most powerless cars ever made. And the most it's ever bitched. Well, after about our like 8 seasons we just went through and a freaking rainstorm, we finally made some progress, guys. Gonna update you. And this is a little bit later in the day, but we got the whole transmission in the car. Bam. Thanks to the wife. We got that thing in there. We got our axles in. We got our drive shaft in. Rear diff in. We got our exhaust on. We got everything buttoned up on the brakes. We got the mud flaps back on this thing. This thing is literally a complete car minus the motor right now. So this thing has our Q300 exhaust on it. This thing is like brand new, guys. This is off of the white STI. Some of you will remember we had on the channel that we originally gave up when we got a truck. So I kept that. That's just in the background. That's been there for Hyper Blue. And then as you guys know, I took the Tomei off of JR's car for Hyper Blue's plans later on. But nothing beats a brand new blue burnt tip Q300. So this thing ready to go back on the ground. Same with this thing. And since it was raining out, we're gonna clean both the cars. And then once this thing goes back in, I'm gonna give VA a good bath too. So gonna get this thing back on the ground, get this thing washed, and probably end out this video for now. We also got the intercooler on, the stencil on. It just seems like every time you do the stencil, it just never works right, guys. So like the bottom of the E there looks funky. It just oversprays into it. So nothing you can really do about that. Wish it was better. We'll get the bumper thrown back on this thing, and then we'll get this thing cleaned up. And like I said, that's going to end it out for today. Definitely a lot of work done, a lot of progress. And then we are just down to a motor. So that'll be pretty straightforward. Pretty excited to get the motor in this thing. Get this thing fired up for the first time. And you guys already know we're going to push that stage 3 probably a lot further than we should. But you guys will get to see. Now I've been waiting for all day to do. Really just wash the cars. Now this thing's back on the ground. Obviously we have some nice wheel gap there because we still don't have a motor in the car. But that's soon going to change. Just going to start washing these things, get them all clean, wrap this video up. These things are all cleaned up. And I figured, since you guys never see Hyper Blue clean, thing always looks like a barn find. This is what it actually looks like when it's clean. Looks nice. Now for it to get dusty again in the garage. One day we'll come back to this, guys, but we got bigger priorities right now. A shop, definitely bigger priorities. So this thing is all cleaned up engine wise. I don't think we're gonna get the cylinder heads back until about, I'm gonna say Tuesday, now being Sunday. And as of tomorrow, we got to start working on that blue car over there. We got to diagnose what's going on with that thing. It had a new engine and unfortunately stopped running on its way home. So we're gonna have to see what's going on with that. That came all the way from the guys over at OTL. So the person that owns that car, he lives in Seattle. So it made sense to bring it closer to his home. They went ahead, had it shipped to me. So we'll be working on that. So you guys will see that in the background. So we will be coming back to gray here. Just probably not for a couple of days, guys. I gotta do some other work, unfortunately. You know, it is the weekend, so we get to work on our own stuff. And then after the weekend, we got to go back to work. So we'll work on that thing. We'll figure out what's going on with that. We'll get the heads back, like I said, Tuesday for this thing. And then from there on, we might get some time at the end of the week to be able to throw that thing together, get that thing all running. So you guys are just gonna have to wait till then. For now, that's gonna end out this video. I'm sure it's plenty long for you guys to enjoy. And the wife put in some hard work. You wanna show them your engine bay?
Too much work.
Let's see the clean engine bay. You gotta pop the hood. I almost forgot to show you guys. She completely cleaned this engine bay. Ta-da! Let this thing adjust. It's gonna leak water everywhere now. But she got this thing all freaking clean. Cleaned the transmission. This thing is now ready for an engine, guys. So excited to see this thing finally move itself instead of just sit here and not drive. So that's gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow, and we're gonna figure out what's going on with that blue car. So hope you guys have a good weekend, or had a good weekend once you've seen this, and I'll see you guys into the next video.
Living life up in the fast lane. Hey. Living life up in the fast lane. And I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down. Living life up in the fast lane. Pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground. Living life up in the fast lane. Life, though you lemons, you just put them in Coronas, Coronas, Coronas. I've been working, I need that advance with the bonus, the bonus, the bonus. Ain't no thoughts about tomorrow, I'm just living in the moment, the moment, the moment. Full tank of gas and 200 on the dash, bitch, I'm zoning, I'm zoning, I'm zoning. Fast lane, living life up in the fast lane. Hey. Living life up in the fast lane. And I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down. Living life up in the fast lane. Pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground. Living